David Can here with another question bank question in the style of what you find in your Hayes&Harris Math SL textbook in Chapter 1G. In this question, what we're doing is a little curve sketching, and we're also going to be looking at asymptotes and intercepts. This is a calculator question. You need to have your calculator for this question, and wouldn't you know it, the license has expired for my calculator. Whoops. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the graphing package instead. What we have is a function here. And in this function, x is not allowed to be 5 halves. And the reason x isn't allowed to be 5 halves is because when it is, you get a 0 in the denominator. You get division by 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the graphing package to sketch the curve of f on the domain -5 to 5, showing the asymptotes. Okay, so let's get the graphing package out. And what we're going to do is enter the function into the graphing package. The function was y equals 3 plus the quantity 1 divided by 2x take 5. And we got to put all our brackets in. There we go. So here's the function. The question did say that we need to go on the domain -5 to 5. So what I'm going to do is, going back to the graphing package, change around the graph, so that the x-axis has a minimum of -5 and a maximum of 5. Try that again. No. It's not going to do that. Turn that off. Okay, much better. Alright, so we're going from -5 to 5, and we can see that it's got this sort of reciprocal function look to it. And that's what we're going to need to reproduce in our graph. We can see that there's a vertical asymptote here, around 2.5, and there's a horizontal asymptote here at what looks to be about 3. We're going to want to put those features in, as well as this y-intercept and this x-intercept. Alright, so let's put down some axes here. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. We need to go up a few, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 should do it. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. This is our y-axis, and this would be our x-axis. Alright, so looking at our graph again, we need our vertical asymptote at about 2.5, and our horizontal asymptote at about 3. So there should be a vertical asymptote at about 2.5, and a horizontal asymptote at about 3. That's a bit low. That's still a bit low. Let's try that one more time. Remember, you are allowed to use pencil when drawing diagrams and graphs, and I encourage you to do so that you can erase and redo if you don't quite like the way it looks. Alright, so let's throw in our intercepts. One just below 3, and one just below 2.5. So there should be an intercept here, and an intercept here, and our function should follow that asymptote pretty closely right up until about here. We're going to bend around and down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. We've got some key points, like axes intercepts, and like it said, we've shown the asymptotes very clearly. Alright, now using our sketch, we want to write down these things. Now the question says write down, so we don't actually have to calculate anything. We can use our calculator to tell us the information. We want the equation of each asymptote, So taking a look in here, we see that the graph levels out pretty clearly at 3, and 2.5 is right there in the middle. So the equation of each asymptote for the horizontal asymptote, the equation of the asymptote is the line y equals 3. That's this line up here. It's an equation of a line, and the asymptote is a line. The line y equals 3 means all points for which the y portion is 3. And that's everything on this line. Everything on this line has a height of 3. For the vertical asymptote, it's the same thing. It also has to be an equation. And it's the equation x equals 2.5. It's all of the points for which the x component is 2.5. This is something that they love to trick you with. Every time they want an asymptote, they always want the equation, which means it always has to be in the form y equals something or x equals something. If you just write horizontal asymptote equals 3, no good. It has to be y equals 3, x equals 2.5. For the value of the x-intercept and the value of the y-intercept, those are points. Those are a value. So all we need is a value. For the value of the x and y-intercept, we'll go back to our tool, and we'll use the tools on our calculator or the tools in here to solve for the x and y-intercept. So here we get that the x-intercept is 2 1/3, 2.33 to 3 significant figures, and the y-intercept is 2.8. So we just have to record 2.33 to 3 significant figures and 2.8, the exact solution.